Europe has long been known as the world's most historically Christian continent. Its identity was shaped by cathedrals, monasteries, church bells, and centuries of shared religious tradition. From small villages to powerful capitals, faith once stood at the center of daily life. Even today, Europe's skylines remain filled with crosses, spires, and ancient churches that tell the story of its past. But Europe is changing, as many European countries move further along the path of secularism. The deepest transformation is no longer happening only at the national level. It is happening much closer to everyday life. It is happening in cities, street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, school by school, market by market, across the continent. Europe's largest cities have become the true centers of demographic and cultural change. While national borders stay the same, the makeup of urban life is shifting rapidly. Questions of identity, faith, and belonging are no longer abstract ideas. They are lived experiences in Europe's biggest metropolitan areas. In this video, we examine 10 European cities with the largest Muslim populations in the year 2025. We explore how history, migration, labor, and modern urban life have shaped these cities. Stay with us until the end, because the final cities on this list may surprise you and reveal how deeply faith continues to shape Europe's future. Number 10. Marseille. France. Marseille is one of Europe's oldest cities and one of its most important gateways to the Mediterranean world. Founded over 2,600 years ago, the city has long served as a bridge between Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. For centuries, ships, traders, and cultures have passed through its port, leaving behind layers of history and diversity. In the year 2025, Marseille remains France's largest city on the Mediterranean coast. It is a major center for trade, shipping, and migration. The city's population is estimated at around 877,000 people, making it one of the largest urban centers in France. Outside of Paris, Marseille also stands out for the size of its Muslim population. Current estimates suggest that between 20 and 25% of the city's residents are Muslim. This represents roughly 240,000 people. The roots of this community stretch back decades. Shaped mainly by immigration from North Africa, large numbers of Muslims arrived from Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia, especially during the mid-20th century. France's colonial history and labor demands played a major role in this movement. Later, additional migration from the Comoros Islands during the 1980s and 1990s further expanded the Muslim presence in the city. Number 9. Amsterdam. Netherlands. Amsterdam is one of Europe's most recognizable cities, known for its canals, historic buildings, and reputation for openness. The city has long attracted people from across the world. Since the 17th century, Amsterdam has been shaped by trade, migration, and cultural exchange. By the year 2025, Amsterdam's population is estimated at around 1.2 million people. While it remains a major tourist destination, it is also a city where many migrants settle permanently, drawn by work opportunities, education, and social freedoms. Within this population, Muslims make up a significant share. Around 15% of Amsterdam's residents, or approximately 150,000 people, identify as Muslim. Some estimates suggest the number may be even higher, reflecting a deeply rooted and visible community. Most of Amsterdam's Muslim population traces its origins to labor migration in the 1960s and 1970s. During this period, the Netherlands invited workers from Morocco and Turkey to support its growing economy. What began as temporary work often became permanent settlement, leading to the formation of strong communities. Over time, Amsterdam's Muslim population became more diverse. New arrivals came from Somalia, Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, Albania, and Bosnia. Muslims also arrived from former Dutch colonies, including Indonesia and Suriname. This layered history has shaped schools, neighborhoods, and family life across the city. Mosques play a central role in community organization. The Western Mosque is among the largest in the Netherlands, alongside many smaller neighborhood mosques and prayer spaces. These institutions provide not only religious services, but also education, charity, and social support. Number 8. Birmingham. United Kingdom. Birmingham has long been known as the industrial heart of the United Kingdom. Built on manufacturing, trade, and innovation, the city earned the nickname the City of a Thousand Trades. Over time, its identity shifted from factories to people, with migration playing a key role in shaping modern Birmingham by the year 2025. Birmingham is the second largest city in the United Kingdom, with an estimated population of around 1.2 million people. Within the wider West Midlands region, population approaches 3 million. What makes Birmingham especially significant is the size of its Muslim population. Nearly 30% of the city's residents now identify as Muslim. This represents one of the highest proportions of Muslims in any major European city. The Muslim community in Birmingham is both well-established and locally rooted. More than half of Birmingham's Muslims were born in the United Kingdom, and English is the primary language for most households. At the same time, strong cultural ties remain with South Asia, particularly Pakistan. A large share of Birmingham's Muslim population has Pakistani heritage, alongside communities from Somalia, India, Afghanistan, Yemen, and North Africa. These groups have shaped entire neighborhoods, creating strong social networks and religious institutions. Number 7. Brussels. Belgium. Brussels is often described as the political heart of Europe. It is the city where major European decisions are debated and shaped, hosting key institutions that influence the lives of hundreds of millions of people. Over time, this role has turned Brussels into a global meeting point for cultures, ideas, and beliefs. By the year 2025, the population of the Brussels metropolitan area is estimated at around 2.1 million people. Compared to the middle of the 20th century, the city has grown steadily, with much of this growth driven by international migration rather than natural population increase. Within this urban landscape, Muslims represent a large and deeply rooted community. Around 25% of Brussels residents are estimated to be Muslim, amounting to more than 300,000 people. This makes Brussels one of the European capitals with the highest share of Muslim residents. The largest Muslim group in Brussels traces its origins to Morocco, particularly the northern regions. Many families arrived during the labor migration waves of the 1960s and 1970s. When Belgium actively recruited workers to rebuild its post-war economy, what was once intended as short-term labor slowly became permanent settlement. Number 6. Rotterdam. Netherlands. Rotterdam is known as one of Europe's most modern cities. Unlike many historic capitals, much of Rotterdam was rebuilt after heavy destruction during the Second World War. This history of loss and renewal shaped a city that looks forward rather than backward. The heart of Rotterdam is its port, which remains one of the largest and most important harbors in the world. For decades, the port has attracted workers, traders, and migrants from across Europe and beyond. Movement and labor are deeply tied to the city's identity. By the year 2025, the population of the Rotterdam metropolitan area is estimated at over 1 million people. Within this population, Muslims form a significant part of urban life. Around 13% of Rotterdam's residents identify as Muslim, representing approximately 150,000 people or more. The Muslim population in Rotterdam is diverse. Around half of the community has Turkish roots, while roughly 1/4 traces its origins to Morocco. Other Muslims come from Suriname, Bosnia, Pakistan, India, and various parts of Africa, reflecting Rotterdam's long history as a global port city. Number 5. Berlin. Germany. Berlin is one of Europe's most unique capitals, shaped by division, reunification, and constant change. The city represents both the wounds and the resilience of modern European history. Today, Berlin is known for its creativity, openness, and diverse urban culture. By the year 2025, Berlin's population is estimated at just under 4 million people, making it the largest city in Germany. Within this population, Muslims represent a significant and visible community. Around 420,000 residents of Berlin identify as Muslim. accounting for roughly 11% of the city's population. This makes Berlin one of the most important cities in Germany when it comes to discussions about migration, faith, and identity. The roots of Berlin's Muslim population lie largely in labor migration during the 1960s and 1970s. During this period, Germany invited workers from Turkey to support economic growth. Many settled permanently, forming strong family and cultural networks. In more recent years, Berlin has also become home to Muslims from Syria, Lebanon, and other parts of the Middle East, often arriving as refugees. These newer communities have added additional layers to the city's religious and cultural landscape. Number 4. London, United Kingdom. London is one of the most influential cities in the world. Known for its deep history, global finance, and cultural reach, the city has long attracted people from every corner of the globe. Over centuries, London has grown into a place where languages, traditions, and beliefs exist side by side in daily life. By the year 2025, London's population is estimated at close to 9 million people, making it by far the largest city in the United Kingdom. Within this vast and diverse population, London is home to the largest Muslim community in the country. Around 15% of London's residents, or approximately 1.3 million people, identify as Muslim. This makes London one of the most significant cities in Europe when examining the presence of Islam within a modern global metropolis. London's Muslim population is highly diverse. One of the largest groups comes from Bangladesh, with strong communities concentrated in East London, particularly in areas such as Tower Hamlets. Pakistani Muslim communities are prominent in parts of Newham, Waltham Forest, and other eastern districts. In addition, Muslims from India, Somalia, Turkey, the Middle East, and North Africa have all contributed to the city's religious landscape. Mosques and Islamic institutions are spread across the city, serving as places of worship, as well as centers for education, charity, and social support. Islamic life is woven into everyday routines through food markets, local businesses, religious events, and family life. Number 3. Paris. Paris has long stood at the center of European culture, politics, and intellectual life. Known as the City of Light, Paris has shaped global ideas about art, fashion, philosophy, and modern society. Beneath its historic streets and landmarks lies a complex and evolving urban reality. By the year 2025, the city of Paris has a population of just over 2 million people. When the wider metropolitan area is included, the population exceeds 10 million. Within this larger region, Muslims represent a major presence. Around 15% of the metropolitan population, or approximately 1.7 million people, identify as Muslim. This places Paris among the European cities with the largest Muslim populations. Most Muslims in Paris trace their roots to North Africa, particularly Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. These migration patterns are closely tied to France's colonial past and post-war labor needs. In more recent decades, Muslims from West African countries such as Mali, Senegal, and Guinea have also settled in the city and its suburbs. Number 2. Moscow. Moscow is the political, economic, and cultural center of Russia. For centuries, it has served as the heart of the nation, shaping industry, education, science, and religion. While often associated with Eastern Orthodoxy, Moscow is also home to one of Europe's largest Muslim populations. By the year 2025, Moscow's population is estimated at over 13 million people, with more than 21 million living in the wider metropolitan area. Within this vast urban space, Muslims represent a major and growing community. An estimated 2.5 million Muslims live in Moscow, making it one of the European cities with the largest Muslim populations. Unlike many Western European cities, Islam in Moscow is not a recent presence. Tatars, Russia's oldest Muslim community, have lived in Moscow for centuries. In addition, large numbers of Muslims have migrated from the North Caucasus regions, including Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia. More recently, workers from Central Asian countries such as Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan have arrived in search of economic opportunity. Number 1. Istanbul. Turkey city better represents the meeting of faith, history, and geography than Istanbul. Stretching across both Europe and Asia, the city stands at the crossroads of civilizations. Its position has shaped its identity for centuries, making it unlike any other European city. By the year 2025, Istanbul's population is estimated at nearly 16 million people, making it one of the largest cities in Europe. More than 90% of its residents identify as Muslim, making Islam the dominant faith in the city. Sunni Islam forms the majority, while Alevi communities represent a significant religious tradition. At the same time, Istanbul remains home to historic Christian and Jewish communities. Reflecting its long and layered past, Turkey is officially a secular state, a system established in the early 20th century. For many years, Istanbul reflected a balance between religious faith and public life. In recent times, however, public expressions of Islamic identity have become more visible. The reconversion of Hagia Sophia into a mosque stands as one of the strongest symbols of this shift. It reflects how faith continues to play a powerful role in shaping public space, identity, and national direction. These 10 cities show that Europe's story is no longer written only by nations, borders, or history books. It is written in cities, neighborhoods, and everyday lives. Faith, migration, and identity continue to shape urban Europe in powerful ways. If you found this video meaningful, take a moment to like it and subscribe. Join us as we continue exploring faith, culture, and the future of Europe through in-depth stories that go beyond the headlines.